Hey guys, welcome to another show, Divorce Matters, right? So I got a video that I want to check out. Hey guys, disregard the setup. Just got this microphone and I got the wires everywhere, but I got to record, right? And I got to provide some value to you guys. Just bear with me. By the end of this week, everything will be nice and pretty and all that good stuff. But still working on the background, but I think this is good enough. Yeah, um, I got another video that I want to react to from one of my favorite um, podcasters, Pearl Davis from um, Pearl. Um, yeah, it's Pearl anyway. White girl, you guys see it. It's Pearl Davis. She's really good. Like she's really she's got her stuff together as far as her thinking and stuff, right? Is she perfect? No, nobody is, right? But she does a good job dissecting the dichotomy between um, what men expect and what women actually are. Okay, and again, this channel is dedicated for to divorcees and people who are looking to get married and people who have got married and are going through it. So basically, divorce matters, right? So without further ado, let's get started.
Things to make this all fit together. It becomes so easy for her to start lying to you because what she keeps
Oh, another thing, guys. If my microphone is too loud, or if you guys can't hear the show, just please put the comments in there, and please hit the like. It helps the algorithm. Appreciate it.
hearing, what she starts feeling, what she keeps thinking. They start trying to change you by lying so you can start doing all of this so it goes right back to reflect on her to make her feel better for her ego to keep going up. Is it what is up, my best baddies and my bad minded fellas? It is your girl Bosana and
Okay,
welcome.
I'm skipping the
Let's just
intro.
start off with this. And if you didn't check out my last video, make sure you go check it out. Let's start off with females, women, girls, whatever, they're manipulators. In this case, they feel like they have that control. They want that control so they can have that advantage in the upper hand. What falls into being a manipulator? It falls into you being a lie. Now, it's not one of the major things, but because it's so easy for a woman to get away with a lie, they can easily do it because they can make you feel like you are the issue, you are the problem. They make you feel guilty and all this stuff. So now it's like, oh, they're lying through their feelings. They're making you feel like you're not that good of a boyfriend. They're telling you they can do better. They're telling you all this stuff because they also believe it too. Or even if they don't believe it, some girls are really delusional. Let's just say that. They really believe all this stuff because their ego is so up. And so they start thinking to themselves, I know the good man I can get, and he's going to be way better than you. They really believe all this stuff. And you know,
Yep. And we believe it about 6 months before we actually dump you. Sorry, fellas. If you got divorced, dumped, whatever, she was planning it. At least 6 months, maybe years. Maybe years.
Yeah, that's a good point. What Pearl just alluded to. A lot of times, a lot of men that are married, and I see this all the time, church, just regular men, just going about their business, working and stuff. They just go about their lives, and when a woman is dissatisfied with you, you'll get like little drops here and there, but you're not gonna get the final hammer until she's completely done with you, right? So another one of my favorite podcasters is Rich from Rich Cooper. He's pretty good. I think that's what his name is. He's a guy with the really fast car, entrepreneurs in cars or something like that. And he says that before divorce happens, it's typically death by a thousand cuts. Guys, take it from me and trust me when I tell you, that's the realest thing he ever said on any of his YouTube videos, whatever. If you can get one thing from Rich Cooper, it's the fact that it is always death by a thousand cuts, right? Death by a thousand cuts. So the way that happens is when it comes to divorce, and obviously you guys know that 90% of divorces are filed by educated women, right? So the way it happens is women have this ego, right? That needs to constantly be peppered, fanned, whatever you want to call it, blown on, right? So they feel the need to always, well, they always feel like they can do better than what they have, right? Even if you go to the Bible and you see Eve, for Christ's sake, she had God and she had paradise. It couldn't get any better than that. It really couldn't have got any better than paradise and God. And what did she do? Nope, she wanted more. And you know what the funny thing is? It's quite unfortunate because we come from, like men, we come from the lineage of Adam, white, black, Spanish, Asian, whatever. We come from Adam. Period. Women come from Eve. Period. So if you go back and if you take it all the way back to the beginning, this is who we are. And if you guys really read the Bible, like I'm going to keep stressing to you guys to keep doing, you get so much information in the garden in the beginning. If you notice that Jesus Christ, he even says it like when they had stuff come to him, issues on life and stuff, he would always point back to the beginning, in the beginning, in the beginning, in the beginning. How were things in the beginning, in the beginning, in the beginning? Make sense? He always said that, right? But there's just so much juicy information that you can get from the Bible. Now watch this. If you think for 1 second that we as dirt human beings, right, who are not perfect by any stretch, are not going to suffer the pain that God suffered when Eve and Adam betrayed him, you are sadly mistaken. Oh, we are. Oh, we are. And God's going to let it happen, right? He's going to let it happen. You got to understand that women come from a lineage of Eve and we come from Adam. What does that mean? If you go back and read the Bible, Adam at the end of the day was a simp. At the end of the day, what it boils down to is he was a simp. He sinned for the woman. He did. If you look at Eve, what was she? She was a liar, right? She did not want to take authority. She did not want to take responsibility for the decision she made. She blamed it on the serpent, right? And what did the guy do? He blamed it on her. So everybody's over there passing blame between each other. The woman blaming the serpent, the man blaming Eve. But one thing that we do get to understand, one thing that we do get to see is this. If you look at all the women that came after Eve and you look at all the men that came after Adam, we basically have the same characteristics. Basically. The first thing that God gave man was work. He gave man work. So this is why we men, we like to work. We don't feel complete. We don't feel complete if we're not working. There's something innately built in us for us to work. It is what it is, right? But another thing that's very innate to us is we love women so much so that we are willing to disobey God to make her happy. And all this stuff that we're saying, Adam did. All the stuff that you see today, Adam did. It's the same thing we do today, guys. Don't make no mistake about it. How many times do we have sex with women? We know we're not supposed to. How many men do you see sleeping with other men's wives? We know we're not supposed to. God has already written down in the Bible, like, don't do it, but yet we do it. Why? Because it's our lineage. I'm not talking about who your father is, who gave birth to you. No, I'm talking about your first father, Adam. The same thing with women, right? At the end of the day, women, for their satisfaction and for their pleasure, they will disobey not only God but also the man. They will. They will. And I think this is what Pearl is alluding to, yeah. So women are very manipulative, right? They often lie. I'm not talking guys. And by the way, guys, I hope by now you guys understand I am not speaking about all women, not all, and I'm not speaking about all men, not all. Although none of us are None of us are special by any stretch. Right? I hope I don't have to keep saying that. I think we're mature enough to know that. So, let's see what else Pro has to say.
Years, yeah, we know. We do.
What in some cases it's true for some girls, but because of that ego and them being a manipulator, they lie so they can have control in that situation. And this is all from the actions that men are doing. And you know, the key thing is all the damn validation, all the damn likes, all those things get to her head. When that happens, the manipulation comes in. So she goes in, she lies, tells
Just real quick, before I keep playing the video, just something she said about the ego validation and stuff, right? What she's basically saying is women have this innate desire to want to dream about things that haven't happened, to want it. They have that, they just need that ego, they just need it. I don't know where that stuff comes from because as men, we're not like that. You know, we'll settle. A man will settle down with a basic chick as long as she gives him peace. Even if she doesn't give him peace, right? He will still bear it. He'll still take it for the sake of his family and for the sake of his honor. Women are not like that. If she can somehow do better, she will try to do better, even if that means jeopardizing her family. We're two different species, man. It is what it is, but we just got to deal with it.
you this. And even when it comes down to manipulating, she'll make you feel so guilty and all that and start making you feel like, you know what, she's not doing anything wrong. And also, what I said in that video, I was talking about how females love playing as a victim.
Yeah, even women are done with women's shit. That's when you know. That's when you know it's bad out there, fellas. When women like me and this woman here, when we're coming out and say we're sick of this bullshit, that's when.
Girls love doing things out here that is still thought activities. So when that happens, they start trying to justify why they should be able to
And by the way, shout out to this black lady, young lady that's on the screen. I remember a few years ago, I used to watch her, not consistently, but she would pop up on my feed, and I'd watch her, and she stayed at it, right? So that's pretty cool stuff.
do it. And then what's happening behind that, when they're trying to play the victim, they're lying to the whole time because they're actually going to that party or going to that get together to get that attention. They'll tell you, oh yeah, we're just going to kick it. It's going to be some girls. Meanwhile, there's a whole bunch of guys there too. One gets her number, the other one's over here filling up on her. And this whole time she's trying to tell you, oh, you know what? I'm just chilling with the girls. I'm just doing this. I'm just
Yeah,
doing
you guys that let your girls go out on girls' nights, you're kind of cucked, I won't lie to you. Cooked.
that. It's a whole lie.
Yeah, that's another big point that she made. Sorry, guys, trying to do some work at the same time. For those of you guys who know anything about IT, I am currently doing a data refresh, but it is what it is. But anyway, back to what we're talking about. So, you guys that let your women go to the club by themselves, you got to watch out for that, right? Because listen, I would say it like this, man. I don't care who your woman is. I don't care who your woman is. She can be got by any other guy. It just takes the right timing and opportunity. She can get got. You need to walk into every relationship with that mindset. No matter who my woman is, she can get got. She can get got. Especially if she believes she can get away with it. So all this girl strip to Jamaica, Cancun, and all that good stuff, that is a no. That is a no. Hey, you could send her the wrong text message while she's on there. While you working and she's over there, sending the wrong text message that hurts her feelings. And all it takes is one really attractive guy who's got game. Hey, bruh, all it takes is 30 minutes of action. 30 minutes of action. And you would never know. You would never know. But apart, speaking of manipulation that women try to do is what they try to do is then they'll say, okay, I'm trying to go to, I want to go to the club with my girls. I'm going to go to this with my girls. And if you say no as a man, then they say you're manipulative, you're being too constrictive. Then comes the fighting, then comes the manipulative tactics, right? Don't fall for that bullshit. Just don't. Just don't. So, how do you get around this? Real simple. Real simple. Real simple. Before the relationship even progresses, you let her know, like, listen, you want to date me? This is the way it goes. You're not doing any girl strips or female strip, none of that bullshit. No clubs, none of that. If I'm not there, you ain't going. If she has any kind of reservation whatsoever, she ain't the one. Because it's not, she needs to understand that it's not about you trying to constrict her. It's the fact that she should know not to even play those games. Because look, nothing good happens after midnight when you're drunk and lick it up with some single ass friends who don't want to have anything better to do than to destroy your relationship because they're jealous or they're bitter. Believe me. I keep trying to tell you, listen, even if she doesn't cheat on you that night, she might have got a number. She might have got some dude's number. And then later on, that dude starts texting her, DMing her, so and so, starts sending her dick pics and all that good stuff. Before you know it, yeah, I gotta run to the grocery store real quick. You want something, honey? Nope. An hour later, she's at his place and she's back. You didn't even know what happened. Happens all the time. This is what leads to divorce, guys. It's what leads to it. I'm gonna let it go.
Guys really do believe it. Now, this falls into the next thing that I'm going to talk about, and this is women love to lie easily because of their friends. Let's just start off with this. Girls talk more than guys these days. Now, as I'm saying, when it comes down to females nowadays having friends, I told you guys there's always girls, if they're in a bigger group, if they don't have control over what they feel like they should do, and they put too much of their business out there, their girl that's there is always gonna start making her feel like, okay, yo, you're allowed to do this. Oh yeah, you should be doing this. Meanwhile, they've never been in a relationship their whole.
Yeah, that's why women keep other women single, because a woman is going to give her opinion on you guys' relationship. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. Yeah, because if you're dating her, you're basically dating her friend group too. It's not just her. You got to make sure the friend group is impressed with you. And if they decide you're not it, I got bad news for you fellas. Cooked. Done.
Life, and they don't.
Guys, did you catch that? Did you catch that? When a woman gets into another woman's ear that doesn't like you, when a woman that doesn't like you, who's friends with your wife, gets into her ear, guess what happens? Divorce is not far behind. Did you also catch the part where she says, where single women keep other women single? Once again, it all goes back to the beginning. God said something, and Eve and Adam were what? Deceived by what? The serpent, right? He told them something. They listened to the serpent. And what happened to mankind after that? Murder. You guys realize that after what happened in the garden, that was the first murder? You realize that after what happened in the garden, that's when we started eating animals. We weren't supposed to eat animals. We weren't. We're at peace with each other. Now look at us. The same thing we eat is the same thing that kills us, right? So speaking from personal experience, right? What she just said, I perfectly understand. My ex-wife, she didn't really have that many friends, and the friends that she did have were really toxic, really really toxic, right? But she did have a sister, and she also had a mother. Her mother was twice divorced, and her sister was in her 50s, never married, way overweight, and just bitter. You know, one of those quiet types, but they just hold a lot of resentment inside. You could just tell. Yeah, those are the people that she was listening to. And what followed after that, guys? I didn't stand a fucking chance. No chance. Her mom, for whatever reason, Ethiopian, of course. She just didn't like me for whatever reason. I couldn't do nothing right, and come to find out, she'll go behind my back and tell my ex-wife that he doesn't really love you, this and that, blah blah, blah. And my ex stupidly would believe that shit. Right? Even her sister would say the same thing. Right? Like I'm toxic and all that good stuff. When what they really should have been talking about is, okay, this is what we're going to do to fix your marriage. That was never an option for them. They were just like, no, you need to leave him. So I know exactly what Pearl is talking about and what this young lady is talking about right there. Single women keep women single. Okay, guys? So, guys, I'm trying to give you guys some game as far as divorce and all the things that come with it, marriage and all that good stuff, right? These are some of the things that you need to look out for. These are some of the things you've got to seriously consider before you get married and during your marriage, right? I'm trying to keep you guys together. I'm trying to keep you guys who are married now married. And I'm trying to keep you guys who are not married now, but who are getting attached to the wrong woman away from that woman. I'm tired of seeing marriages crumble. Believe me, I am. All right. So, anyway, guys, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I really appreciate it. Keep watching my videos. It keeps me motivated that you guys are actually watching, and I'm making a little bit of an impact. But I'll keep it moving. Talk to you guys soon.